I'm honored and delighted to welcome you to our campus today to participate in the dedication ceremonies for the first United World College in the United States. For all of us here, there are some very special moments in our lives, I'm sure, which we will never forget. One of mine came when I met a man I much admired. It was at a reception in Buckingham Palace, where His Royal Highness Prince Charles introduced me to his great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten. That is how the idea of the Arm & Hammer United World College of the American West came into being. My only regret is that Lord Mountbatten is not here today to see his dream fulfilled.
When we first arrived in New Mexico, people asked, what are the United World Colleges? They are a group of institutions dedicated to providing young people between the ages of 16 and 19 with the opportunity to come together from around the world to study and to live together. The whole purpose is to give them a rigorous academic experience and also to help them understand the world in which they live.
First we heard about the school in our school, and I've always dreamt about going to the United States. So I just wrote to Ted Lockwood and asked him if there was any chance for me to come here. And he wrote me back that he could offer me a scholarship, but I had first had to go in for the interview in Vienna and just pass it. I just thought that's really good, when there are so many students from all around the world come together in one college. And I thought it would be a great experience.
The person most directly associated with the initial effort was Kurt Hahn, a German refugee who fled Hitler and who also was the father of Outward Bound. Kurt Hahn, together with Admiral Hoare and Lawrence Duval, founded the first United World College, Atlantic College in Wales, which opened in 1962. Kurt Hahn was convinced that by providing a rigorous academic program and outdoor experiences in which people would press themselves to an outer limit, they would learn much about themselves and about the world.
It took 10 years after the founding of Atlantic College to have the second United World College, that in Singapore. The college in Canada followed very soon afterwards, and now in the early 1980s, we've got the college in Swaziland, we've got the Arm & Hammer United World College of the American West, and the United World College of the Adriatic, near Trieste in northeast Italy. And we hope to open our college in Venezuela, which will be devoted to agricultural studies. Now, just as all these colleges are spread in different countries of the world, so they also have their own characters and personalities. They share the same basic aims, but they try to put these aims into practice in their own different ways.
The academic program is designed for students studying anywhere in the world. It is a demanding program called the International Baccalaureate. It is a bridge program in American terms because it is the equivalent of the 12th and 13th grades. Therefore, students coming to us, say out of the 11th grade in an American high school, will study what is almost a college freshman course for 2 years. When they complete the course successfully, generally they will receive credit for freshman year work at a typical university or college.
My background in academics was fairly good, as usual, about people from socialist countries. So, like, I am taking this year 4 higher level subjects and 7 subjects together, so it's much more than usually people do here.
What kind of charge is developed on an unknown object like this? I'll try to produce some charge on this and see what kind of charge this one develops. Do you see any deflection?
Yes.
So what can we conclude from this?
What the charged body had before,
Yeah.
so they had the same charge afterwards,
Uh-huh.
so they had repulsion afterwards.
So that's very good. So initially it was
We
not-
do have people from all over the world, and it makes classes much more interesting.
The academic program puts great emphasis upon learning how to express what you're learning in class effectively, how to communicate it to other people, not simply to learn by rote.
That's a responsibility only for the student.
Does anyone think that the handicapped should be held all the way? Should we leave people to decide on what kind of education they want to get? Or should we help them? And at what stage do we begin to help them? Yeah.
We have to lead them towards a more autonomous state and to help them to be autonomous later on. But we should not take all the decisions for themselves.
If you make all the decisions for them, you don't help them at all. You make them more handicapped than what they are already. And in the beginning, probably you will make more decisions than what you'll do in the end. But slowly helping them along and letting them see how decisions can be made and how they can help themselves with their own decisions.
I don't think there's any question about that. But the question is, how do we determine to what extent somebody is handicapped and what kind of help do we provide? I thought you were going to say something.
The best example I can give is I live in Israel, and we have a lot of wars and a lot of handicapped people. They really don't like to be told what to do. They like to be independent. But other people who have a shock or are mentally handicapped, well, they should be helped in a much more advanced level.
This region of New Mexico is astonishing. It is a magnificent region, not only in scenery, but also in history. The old Santa Fe Trail, across which the first settlers came in the 19th century, is just 5 miles away. It is a blending of that Hispanics, Indian, and now Anglo culture. One of the reasons we chose this region as a setting for the college was the wilderness, the Rockies, the mountains. We think outdoor training, outdoor survival in the outward bound tradition that Kurt Hahn originally introduced in the United World Colleges is important. And this is a magnificent setting for it.
Let's get off the blue line.
The thing I really like about this place is that it's not so academic that you're always studying, cramming for tests and studying for this paper and that. And I mean, it's also working a lot with people. I mean, community service, wilderness service, and campus service. The first year we have to all of, and the second year you get to choose, and I chose rock climbing because it's really challenging.
The whole idea that you do extremely hard academic work the whole day, really much harder than I was ever doing before. And then you go 2:30, you go out, you run out in the wilderness. That is something I would never do at home. And what we do is very much we are trained for doing rescue situations. If there's a deep valley in between us and the victim and we need to get the victim over to us, we make some sort of bridge with 2 ropes on which we can have a stretcher. And so it's up to all of us to try to get the stretcher and the victim over as safely as possible. Sometimes we have simulations like that. It's great fun. We try to shorten down the time. I mean, we noticed the first time we did it took 2 hours, and then we managed to do it in 20 minutes once. So hopefully next time when we do it, the victim will still be alive when you come over to the other side. You learn here that rock climbing is not only to climb a rock. First of all, you have to learn how to trust the other people. I mean, you have the one on the top relaying you. You know if you fall, it's that person on the top who holds your life. And when we are doing the instruction, and we see these first years who never have seen a rock before, and they are really very tense and very afraid. And you have to use all your experiences which you have gained during the first year to try to make them confident. And at the end, you just see their big smile when they reach up the top, you know, and do something they never thought they could ever do. And that is really, then you start to say, oh, it's worth it. I guess I'm here to learn about the other people, or perhaps so I can teach the other people about my country, and at the same time let these other people teach me things about their country.
Just the people that you associate with, the things that they tell you, even though you can't say, there's one more thing that will enlighten me. Add them all together, and I think you come away with something, something important. I think the person has to be open to be able to come here, be able to accept different points of view. You become a little bit more aware, more sensitive to other people around the world.
Why have the communists been brought into these popular fronts? Tanya?
They were presenting our royal government as the only force who were against the fascists, but actually they were cooperating with them. And that's the reason the people accepted the Communist Party.
Until what happened, Ricardo?
I think, the Italian people felt kind of nice towards the communists at the very end, and especially they had a very, very wide popular support. And the communists and the socialists put together, they would have had majority. So in the election of 48, they got together to try to win them. And, well, the Americans helped.
I suppose what really makes this work, and it does work as an academic and intellectual community, young people living together learn from each other very effectively. They learn to understand, they learn when to be patient, they learn when it is time to take a stand, and then justify why they believe as they do.
They just want to help people, individuals, not through political parties or through, I don't know, even if it's teaching in a small school back home, and that's a way of helping.
Es como un monumento de literatura, historia. ¿Ustedes alguna vez han escuchado o leído?
I don't want to be a president because I won't change the things from up there. I will change them from down, from the basements.
I think there are numerous examples where former students have involved themselves in helping disadvantaged people, building villages or schools, all of them having inside them some desire to serve the ideals that they learnt with us.
One of the things that goes on here that I'm involved in is the Special Olympics. And we work with people with, some of them have, mental handicaps or even learning disabilities and stuff. And the whole idea is to get them involved in something where they can be a part of a team and they have to work with other people. And they have to care about other people and what they're doing. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of times it's hard. I mean, some days they'll come in and they won't remember you, or they'll be if they're in a bad mood, sometimes they can throw tantrums, they can take off, they run away. But the days when they do come and they say, "Hi, how you doing?" they give you a hug, and that's it. It makes you feel good.
Another question that people ask inevitably is, how are the students chosen? Where do they come from? We have national committees in 57 countries. These committees are volunteers who identify students, spread the word about the United World Colleges, and ultimately select on merit alone those whom they think can prosper from coming to, say, the Arm & Hammer United World College of the American West.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What people may not realize is what we ask of students once they're here. Not only do they have to manage a program of 6 or 7 subjects at an intense level, they also have so many activities going on.
There are a lot of things going on around this place. A lot of things. We have a popular joke around with, I have a meeting. I'm going to set up a committee, somebody in charge. And there's so many things, and the whole school is pretty much up to us, up to a point. The faculty said that it's not right, but I think there is. I mean, you get involved in so many things that when you realize it's 12 o'clock and you say, gee, I have an exam tomorrow, you know, and what am I going to do now?
I think that the origins of the international flavor of this movement probably started when a decision was taken to ask Lord Mountbatten to come and join the party. And really, it was he who named the movement the United World Colleges. And from the time that he came upon the UWC scene in 1968, the whole affair took on an international flavor. Now, he, in 1978, turned over his work as president of the International Council to Prince Charles, who is now continuing the work in a very significant way. But I do know that Lord Mountbatten really put his stamp on this movement. He went about the world energetically, setting up something like 40 different national committees himself and inspiring everybody and getting the United World College movement as a whole better known.
Lord Mountbatten heard about this and decided that this was the thing that he felt could have an effect, perhaps, in the world by bringing students from different countries together at an impressionable age. And that's the important thing, at an impressionable age. That by meeting each other and by seeing each other as individuals and so on, you could overcome all sorts of barriers that exist and stereotyped ideas about each other in an environment like a school.
This dance is mainly a dance which was invented by mine workers in urban areas, in Johannesburg mainly. We had different groups of people from different tribes in South Africa, from Zululand, from Botswana, from Transkei, all parts of South Africa who came to work in the mines. So during their leisure time, then they would group together, and start performing their dances. I'm mainly a South African exile residing in Tanzania. And coming here, I was able to inform students about what is happening in South Africa and how we view our situation in relation to the struggle for the world peace. And I must say they were impressed in the sense that they got to understand what apartheid is all about. And they even suggested that they should do something, to help South African exiles to bring about a change in South Africa and as a form of contribution towards, world peace. But the main aim of being here too is to make people to be aware of situations, so that what we are doing does not only end up in the school here.
We do not ask whether the student can pay. We ask if parents can contribute once the student has been chosen. What is so important for this whole enterprise to succeed is that the students are capable, that they want to come, and that they do represent a cross-section of the societies from which they come. It therefore is necessary for the United World Colleges and this institution in particular to raise funds regularly. Therefore, we do need the support of friends throughout the world, the sponsorship of foundations and corporations in this country. It sounds wonderful, but will it ever make any difference? I think the answer is that you have to start someplace. Even if you accomplish only a small amount, if you only contribute to helping one community someplace else, it is a beginning. It is worth doing for its own sake in any case.
I would tell that people in the world are same. I mean, there's not that difference between us. Maybe the way we think is different, and the color of our skin are different, but the way we feel are much more same. You know, we are not different at all.